Welcome to day 253 of our DeSo journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian. And remember, these videos are sponsored by the NFT project Clout Cox. Yeah, if anybody's paying attention yesterday, Clout Cox held a clubhouse room for their collaboration between them and Illuminati. The auction ended. It got 3.78 DeSo, which right now is worth about $411. It was an awesome piece. Great work to both Illuminati and Clout Cox. They gave away the 5 lotto winnings from Cock Lotto. 5 people got to win 1 of 5 that they gave away. It was part of the lottery they had. So that was pretty cool as well. Yeah, it's awesome. So yesterday, Alex Velatis, who's been working on the Octane Fund, actually published an article on the DeSo.org website called the DeSo cheat sheet. And I think it's a great article if you want to teach people about DeSo. Like, it's hard to explain everything off the top of your head, all the benefits of DeSo, but if you share this article with them, it kind of gives an overview of why DeSo is so needed right now and why DeSo is going to lead the Web3. Yeah, it's funny because I think it was 3 days ago, I was in a clubhouse room with a whole bunch of Bitcoin maximalists, and the topic turned to DeSo. And they were all like throwing all the stuff at me, like left and right, like, it can't do this, it can't do this. Bitcoin can do this. You can build on top of Bitcoin and do the same thing. And I was explaining to them, no, Bitcoin doesn't have the power right now to do what DeSo is doing. And I was giving them a lot of information, but they would keep changing the topic and throwing these other things at you. And I just wish I had this post then that I could have said, hey, go here, read this, and then try and argue with me that Bitcoin can do everything that DeSo is doing right now. So yeah, I think it's a great post. I thank Alex. I think that it's a huge amount of information, and everybody should read it so they can kind of understand why DeSo has all these benefits over other chains. Yeah, definitely. And the Octane Fund, they put out an update yesterday. So 130 plus apps applied for funding through the Octane Fund. They have allocated approximately $8 million in venture capital to 12 teams, 12 development teams, approximately 12, and $800,000 in grants to approximately 20 teams. So that's a lot of money. That's almost it's probably close to $9 million. And that's going out to 32 development teams on DeSo. Yeah, so, and then if you add in Zordon and Diamond App, which I assume separate because it wasn't part of the cohort that ended in November, like it said, that would be about $10 million of the Octane Fund has been spent once they divvy out this round. I'm not sure. I think that might be included because it said the cohort that ended in November, and I think you can extend that back to the beginning of the Octane Fund. So who knows if Zordon's done. Yeah, it's possible. It's either 9 or 10 million. So that means there's approximately $40 million left in the Octane Fund. Alex actually said that they are going to start cohort 2 starting in Q1 of next year. So it could be next month. It could be 3 or 4 months from now. But we're very close to a new cohort. So if you are building on the DeSo blockchain or considering building on the DeSo blockchain, there's a lot of money out there. And in under 4 months, under 4 months, you're going to see another round of possibly another $10 million divvied out to a bunch of projects. So it's definitely giving incentive to people to come on board and start building. And I'm assuming they're going to do this on a regular basis, and they have $40 million left. Yeah, and it's not just the Octane Fund that's funding these projects. There's other investors that are coming in with renewed interest in funding DeSo projects. Yesterday, we mentioned Whale Shark, whaleshark.pro, who offered 150,000 in funding to an Instagram-like DeSo node that could integrate NFTs. And he kind of elaborated a little bit more on that as well. He wanted to clarify his position on what he was looking for. And he said he doesn't want OpenSea hybrids. That's not what he's looking for. He wants an app or node that allows for a seamless experience for users who don't know about blockchain. I think that's a good explanation of what he's looking for. At the same time, though, I feel like NFTs on DeSo, you really don't need to know anything about blockchain. Right, exactly. Like the NFT nodes that are out there right now, pretty much you don't need to know anything about blockchain. It's very seamless, and that says a lot about DeSo and how they are set up, because you don't need to have a MetaMask. You don't have to connect a MetaMask. You don't have to go through all these additional steps and pay all these gas fees. So I think that I totally appreciate what Whale Shark is saying, but I think that a lot of these nodes out there are already kind of doing that. I think he has something more in mind, like Showtime, like the Showtime app for on mostly Ethereum, mostly the Ethereum blockchain. But yeah, it's great to see him come forward, offer up a bunch of money to a project. I'm looking forward to seeing if somebody comes forward. Additionally, Chase Steely made a post yesterday and replied to Whale Shark and said, "I'll throw another 150,000 in if somebody can come forward and do this." So we're starting to see additional money other than the Octane Fund come in, and this is exactly what Nader and Alex had hoped for: is that there will be the spark from the Octane Fund, and that spark will ignite VCs and investors everywhere to come in and start funding projects. And I'm happy to see this, and it's great for the platform and protocol.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the Coinbase listing is going to further that as well, bring more investors in. But yesterday, NFTZ, or I guess it was early this morning, we released NFTZ released a new update which allows all artists and creators on DeSo, when you mint an NFT, you can now include extra data. And that extra data includes collection name, includes the edition number. So for example, number 001, Grumpy Santa. That allows for a description of the collection, and it also allows for traits. So this is really cool. You can add the trait and the trait value, and you can list as many of these as you want. So, you've seen it with Octoposse, you've seen it with a bunch of other like Badass Baboons. They had the traits that are now showing us on some NFT nodes like NFTZ. But now you can add those traits either through a JSON file or through just typing them in the form when you go to mint your NFT on NFTZ. So it's a new feature, and we're looking for feedback on that. Remember, this is still in beta, but we're excited about that, and you should definitely go check it out. And we have some more stuff that's coming soon as well. We're going to allow you to reuse your previous settings for traits and data so that you don't have to keep typing the same stuff in. It could show the certain traits, then you just change a value for each NFT. We're going to allow you to it's going to automatically create a collection in your collections when you do this too, because you're going to be typing the collection name. We're not there yet, but that's coming really soon. You're going to be able to filter and search collection data, as well as NFT text and or traits. So you're going to be able to search for traits. Like maybe you want to know, is that I need some Octoposse that are females. I'm just going to type in females here, search Octoposse, and show me all of those females that are for sale. So that's coming really soon. And we're going to have an NFT preview option that we're really excited about as well.
Yeah, I love what Martijn is doing. It's funny, like we can tell him anything. We're like, we want this added to NFTZ, and he's like, yeah, I'll have that done next week. And it's just like he's so incredible. I just want to shout out him because he's been great throughout this whole process, and we get a ton of feedback, and we're just working as fast as we can.
Yeah, and I agree with WhaleShark.pro that we don't really need OpenSea like copycats on DeSo, because I think eventually DeSo NFTs are going to be listed on OpenSea and on Coinbase's new NFT platform. So we don't need copies of those. So I think one of the things we're really going to work on with NFTZ in the near future and spread out longer term is implementing a lot more of the social aspects that DeSo provides to the NFT community via our website. So we're looking forward to a lot of stuff. We're looking forward to seeing how NFTs evolve on DeSo, because it doesn't just have to be art, it can be other things as well, utility NFTs, photography, and whatnot, stuff like that. But other news, DeSo Labs gave away 10 DeSo to the development community yesterday. They picked certain nodes and gave away half a DeSo, and then they picked another 20 nodes and gave away a smaller amount of DeSo to them. I think it's amazing what they're doing. I think it's great to encourage the development community.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with DeSo Labs, it's basically a DeSo profile, but they have their founder reward set at 99.99%. Any money used to buy their coin actually goes to funding all these projects that are developing. So in addition to Octane Fund, you got a little bit more funding from DeSo Labs. It would be great to see people donate a lot of money to them so that they can do this some more. I know there's so many great projects out there. Some of them might have got looked over at first in this first round just because there's been so many projects that applied to the Octane Fund. So anything anybody can do to help these projects get off the ground is great.
Yeah, I agree. And Prosper Cloud is rebranding as Open Prosper.
Yes, Salil has decided to rebrand it to Open Prosper. He said he has a lot of plans. He doesn't want to overhype anything, but he's excited about what's to come, and we certainly are too.
Yeah, Salil's been doing so many great things on this platform. I'm really excited for him, and I'm excited for the future of Open Prosper.
Yeah, and there's one final piece of news, and that is that the node indicator icon is now at the top right of post. At least this is on Diamond App. Ed, do you know if it's
Well,
across
I don't
all?
think I know it's on BitCloud. I haven't seen it on Diamond App yet because most posts are made from Diamond App. Do
Yeah,
we
no,
know for
it is.
sure?
It's on Diamond App and BitClout. So now when you make a post from any node, the other nodes will show where you made it from. So that little icon, if you mouse over it, it'll say where it's made. If it was made on the node you're at, it just won't be there. There won't be an icon. So it's
Yes.
great. It's
So
a great way to discover other nodes and see who's posting from what node. And I've already been using it. Like, oh wow, they post from this node. Like for instance, I saw DeSo Labs this morning. They post for at the love for source node. So it's kind of cool. Just cool to see who's using what.
yeah, and I think it's a good idea. It kind of gives credit to the node to the other nodes, and it's going to make people who come onto Diamond App or come onto BitCloud, they're going to become aware of these other nodes by seeing that icon. I mean, it is a small icon. Maybe it could be a little bigger, or do something else
I would
with it.
like to, I would love to see it be the nodes icon. So every node can
Yeah,
submit an icon and then that will be that.
I love that idea. I think that would be great. But yeah, I think that's the news we have for today. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow on day 254. See you later.